This is the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 28. Let me start from 25. Matthew 19:25. When the disciples heard it, this is when Yahushua spoke about the parable of the rich man, they were exceedingly amazed, saying, Who then can be saved? But Yahushua beheld them and said unto them, With men this is impossible, but with God the power, all things are possible. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, he shall also sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Right. So part of following the Lamb is following wherever he goes. Or part of it is walking in the Spirit, right? And also following the Lamb wherever he goes, right? Even onto the threat of death. Revelation chapter 14, verse 4. These are they which are not defiled with women, for they are virgins. They are they which follow the Lamb wherever so he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being first fruits unto God, the power, and to the Lamb. Right. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of God, the power. Right. So the Lord has made a sacrifice for his men, for his remnant, in order to be redeemed from this corruptible flesh. And in following the Lamb, we have to understand the dangers associated, but also understand the benefits, right, of being the first fruits. That is being like the beggar picked up from the dunghill and raised and put up and made as pillars of the world. Let's get that. It's the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2. This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2, verse 7. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raised up the poor out of the dust and lifted up the beggar from the dunghill to set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he has set the world upon them. Right. So we must understand, in the order of this world, we know the powers that be or should not be, the ones we cannot speak about. They are the ones who are ruling this world. But as they have a biblical delineation, they also have a judgment that has been rendered onto them. And that judgment will stand, for the scriptures cannot be broken. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 24, verse 18. And Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. Right. So when the Lord returns, he's going to make war with those who has oppressed his people, and also for those who do not want him to reign over them. Numbers 24 and 20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. Right. So it says that a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. So right now there is a jockeying of position or a discrepancy in the land, right? Over the Lord's word and over the Lord's heritage. But the Lord is coming to be the judge of the matter. And he has left the appropriate breadcrumbs and the appropriate spirit and identifiable marks to those who are his, the children of Israel. It's the book of Hosea chapter 4 verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. Right? So there's a controversy. The controversy is who are the descendants and who does the birthright belong to? And we would think from a carnal mind that it belongs to those who have wealth, or who have weapons, who have power. But as the Lord told Pilate, you can have no power over me except it be given from above, right? It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, verse 1. So I returned and considered all of the oppressions that are done under the sun, and behold, the tears of such as were oppressed, and they had no comforter. And on the side of their oppressors was power, but they had no comforter. Right? So now we have the Holy Spirit, which has been given to us to comfort us, to let us know who we are, and that we may have peace. Peace that is not of this world, but the peace that comes through the understanding of the Lord making things right, upon his return. And this is what the saints are patiently waiting for, right? So this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 9. Awake, awake, put on strength, O arm of the Lord. Awake as in the ancient of days, in the generation of old. Art thou not it that cut Rahab and wounded the dragon? Art thou not it which had dried the sea, the waters of the ground deep, and had made the depths of the sea a way for the ransom to pass over? There the redeemed of the Lord shall return, and come with singing unto Zion, and everlasting joy shall be upon their head. They shall obtain gladness and joy, and sorrow and mourning shall flee away. You see? Even I am he that comforteth you. Who art thou, that thou shouldst be afraid of a man that shall die, and of the Son of Man, which shall be made as grass? Right? So we have to understand that this is a fixed fight, and that the Lord knows through predestination who his elect are, who are his, right? And during the time of the reaping, the angels will make a separation, right? First separating the sheep from the goat, and then a further separation among the sheep. This is the book of Matthew 25, verse 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, there shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall he gather all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats, and he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come, ye blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. So let us continue to believe, to have faith in this word, in these promises, and be reminded and spiritually discern the reminders which the Lord is giving to us to encourage us on our journey and our path. Let us continue to be steadfast and singly minded as possible. Yes, we are in this flesh and there are things that we have to do, but it's very important that we stay in the spirit and follow the Lamb wherever he goes. And even when we don't feel like we have the strength to follow the Lamb, ask for strength and believe that strength and power comes from above. Set your affections above, and all your steps will be ordered aright. Remember, freely receive, freely give.